Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be doing a compression check on my Honda S2000. It has misfires in cylinders 1 and 2, so I'm a little bit worried about it. Hopefully nothing's wrong with the actual engine on the car since I've barely driven this car since I got it. I think it's going to be more injectors because the car sat for so long, but I guess we can't rule anything out. I guess we'll do the compression check just to make sure everything's okay in the actual engine. So without further ado, let's do this compression check and see what's wrong with this car.
So I pulled the car out of the garage, and right now I'm just letting it warm up to running temperature before we actually do this compression test. So just sitting here, I can even feel the car putting a little bit. You can even see it on the gauge right here, going up and down ever so slightly. So it definitely has something wrong with it. There's definitely a misfire somewhere, but we're gonna get to the bottom of it. It's warmed up pretty much, so we're gonna pull it back into the garage and get this compression test started. So this is everything you're going to need to do a compression test. Firstly, you're going to need the compression tester itself. The S2000 takes a 14 millimeter end on it. It's the longer end, as you can see. Then we have a 5/8 drive socket to take out the spark plugs, 10 millimeter socket, some tape, our extension, 3/8 ratchet, and lastly and most importantly, our torque wrench. So coming into this engine bay, my spark plug cover has already been removed. It takes an M6 size hex Allen key to remove them. There's 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that spark plug cover will come right off. And then what we have here is the coil packs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're removed by a 10 millimeter bolt right here. So let's remove those. So after you've taken the coil packs out, just make sure you put them in a safe place like I have them here. Don't mix up the order either, keep it the same. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then you put the spark plugs in the same place with that coil pack, so that way you know if there's any issues, you can sort it out from there. So next what I've done is I've taken my extension and my 5/8 and I've actually taped them together so that way the socket can't get stuck in the actual spark plug tube. Along with that, I've also taken some electrical tape and I've taped this inside end of this socket so that way it actually grips right onto the spark plug and pulls it out once it's loose. So doing this, you want to walk over to your engine and slip this down into the spark plug tube. Now you gotta be very careful, you don't want to whack that spark plug. What you want to do is spin it until you feel it actually clip or at least grab onto that spark plug. Once it's grabbed onto there, then I put my ratchet on and start taking out the spark plug. So I've broken this spark plug loose and now I'm just going to carefully back it out of there and make sure that it's actually not still in the head. You want to be extremely careful not to hit that spark plug off of anything or damage the actual tip of it. And it should come right out very carefully. And there we go. So moving down the line here, I'm now on the second cylinder. I put this little extension on here because I was getting pretty close to the head. I didn't want to, or valve cover, I didn't want to mess up the paint on it or anything. Just whatever you do, don't make sure you put the longer extension down in the hole so that way if it detaches, you're not going to be stuck with this little piece down in there and have trouble getting it out then. So always make sure the smaller piece is on top. So now we're going to come down into the car and we're going to remove the 15 amp fuel pump fuse right here. So that way the car doesn't try and spray fuel into those actual cylinders or anything like that, or have the fuel pump running for this whole time that we do the compression test. So now that the fuel pump fuse has been removed, we're going to take a compression tester right here. I'm going to put this down into the first cylinder. You always want to make sure that this end is tight on here as well. You don't want this getting stuck in the cylinder. So now we're just spinning this hose to tighten it onto the actual spark plug hole or threads. And that's gonna be it right there. Don't want to go too tight. You don't want this getting stuck. Now we just want to get into the car and crank it about 7 to 8 times with your foot on the throttle all the way to the floor. Get in here. Our key in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. Let's see what we got. On cylinder 1, we have, wow, 240 PSI, almost perfect. Now I'll hit this little tab to release the pressure, and we'll remove it from the spark plug. I'm not gonna do it again because that's a perfect reading for this engine. They should be 240 across the board, and that so far has perfect compression. So let's move on to the next cylinders. All right, so coming around, this is gonna be cylinder 2. Let's see what we have here. So we got 230 on that one. So 230 PSI, so it looks like that one's good as well. All right, so coming around, this is gonna be cylinder 3. We have 230 some PSI right there. So once again, looks good. It's coming around the cylinder 4. It's always nerve-wracking going around and actually seeing this. Oh God. That's not good. That's not good. You know what? I'm gonna go and crank it again because I think the battery is actually starting to get a little bit drained, but that better not be the actual reading on it or this motor's shot. Okay, thank God. All right, it's 240. Wow, I guess the battery's probably getting weak, so it didn't spin enough times. But this time I did it 15 tries and I got 240. And you can see that's cylinder 4 right there, 240. Okay, so the engine's good. All right guys, so that's amazing news that it's pretty much 230 to 240 PSI across the board for all the cylinders. So this engine, I'm thinking, is very healthy, especially for 157,000 miles on this car. You wouldn't think it, but I guess we're gonna put everything back, the spark plugs, coil packs, button it up all nice, and I guess we'll take it further from here. I'm thinking we're gonna have to do the injectors and maybe even a valve adjustment, but that we're gonna save for another video, so enjoy the time lapse of me putting this all back together.
today's video, guys. That's how you do a compression check on your Honda S2000. It looks like this engine is perfectly fine based on the compression check. We got pretty good numbers across the whole board, so I don't think anything's wrong with the actual engine. It's going to be something other like injectors or maybe even a valve adjustment, but we're going to save that for another video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell if you like what you saw today and want to see more videos like this on this Honda S2000 and 350Z. See you guys, and hit redline every single day.